Morning everyone, welcome to BOTB headquarters in Southwest London. My name is Rupert Garton, Commercial Director. We are here this morning, April the 11th, to judge competition week 14, which ran from April 4th to the 10th. Before we do that, just like to say once again, many congratulations to Lewis Richardson, who was genuinely, utterly delighted, not surprisingly, with the Maserati Ghibli that we went and surprised him with last week. Let's see whose luck it is going to be this week. Right, let me just hand over to Richard Bush from Onside Law to oversee the proceedings today. Thank you.
Good morning, my name is Richard Bush. I'm from Onside Law and I'll be overseeing the judging today. Firstly, I can confirm that the competition data has already been sent to independent auditors Wilkins Kennedy. I would now like to introduce today's judges and ask them to pick a car out of the bag in order to determine their seating position. First judge, Mr. Gareth Dineen.
Good morning, my name is Gareth Dineen. I'm a senior county referee and I appoint referees throughout the London area. Thank you. And I've got the red card.
Today's second judge, Mr. Trevor Weaver.
I'm Trevor Weaver, been refereeing for over 25 years, currently refereeing on the Amateur Football Combination and the Southern Amateur League. I also mentor newly qualified referees. Blue.
Next up, Mr. Peter Giorgio.
Hi, I'm Peter Giorgio. I'm an AFA senior futsal and football referee, mentor, tutor and assessor.
I've got to speak your card, please.
Great.
Fourth judge, Mr. Matt Cannon.
My name is Matt Cannon. I'm an AFA senior county referee. I referee predominantly on the Southern Amateur League and I also play football.
I've got to speak your card, please.
Yellow card.
And last but not least, Mr. Ari Mendonca.
My name is Ari Mendonca. I'm an ex-football player. Now I'm a referee since 2002. I'm allocated by the FA to Essex Senior League and Spartan South Midlands.
I'll ask you to take the final card. Okay, judges, please mark on the screen where you think the centre of the ball should be. I will ask you to do this each individually for a few minutes before justifying your position. I'll then ask you all to come to a panel decision on the central screen. Okay, is everyone there or thereabouts? Yep. Okay, Gareth, please talk us through your thinking.
Right, 4 players in shot. Red player number 8 doesn't give any information at all. He's looking in the sort of general area. He's probably looking at the guy who's going to head the ball. Player leaping in the air is obviously, he's blinking, he's just about to head it, I think. So it's fairly close to him. And the 2 other players who are tussling for position below, that's the red player and the guy in the navy and pink shirt, are looking directly at the ball. I think it's very close to the guy who's about to head it. As I say, his eyes are closed, his neck muscles are stretching, jaws open. So I think it's level with his head and fairly close to him.
Okay, Matt, if you could talk us through your position.
Yeah, I've taken a completely different view. There's 4 players in shot. I believe that the lower red player who's facing the ball and the player that's sort of holding his left arm are just about a challenge for the ball. I think the player who's come over the top, looking at his body language, the way he's stretching, I can't see him as being a player who's headed the ball. I think he may have tried to head the ball. So I've taken the red player at the bottom, his eyes to go slightly up and to the left, and I'm looking at the other player, the blue player's eyes looking above the middle red player, and I've put the ball where I put it.
Okay, Peter, tell us why you've put your cross where you have.
Yeah, we got, funny enough, I'm in agreement with Gareth, which is unusual. I think the guy to the left-hand side in blue is at the top of his jump. I think it's much closer to, he's going to be heading the ball, and we've got the 2 guys. We've got the guy in the red looking in, and the blue, and the guy in the blue on the right-hand side focusing in. So what I've done, I've used their angles, their focus, and their body language, which to me we've got a great angle there and a great angle across there, which mills into where I've actually placed the ball.
Okay, Ari, talk us through your positioning.
Well, I agree with Gareth and Peter as well. The player in blue is about to, by his body language, I feel that he's about to head the ball. He's almost on the brink of doing it. To get as well to the position, I use the help of the eyes of the other two players. That I think they are looking at the ball. That's why I place the ball where it is.
And finally, Trevor.
Right. I believe the player leaping is either just played the ball, probably, or is about to. The red player underneath is given a pretty good indication on the upright, with the other player who's holding him, pushing him away, adding to it. But I do believe that the player leaping by the neck muscles, everything else, I mean, what else would he be doing up there otherwise? So that's why I placed my mark for the ball. Thank you.
Okay, judges, please now come to a panel decision on the central screen.
Okay, we have 4 guesses or 4 crosses. Starting. We have 4 crosses where the ball is where they believe the higher player is about to head the ball, and I've gone for a completely different angle on the shot with the ball dropping into the red player.
On a 4-1 call, can we
Put the cross.
put the
So let me just see.
in the
drop the
well?
Probably in line.
In line with his eyes, I think.
and just to the right of the green, which gives you sort of a
Yeah.
Which is the top of the white bit there.
about there.
Top of the
No,
white
it's
bit
too
there.
low.
Yeah, top, but the top.
Oh, I
if you
see.
use the left hand
Yeah.
edge of that white bit.
Yeah, it could come. So
Yeah,
could
so
come down slightly if we're going to.
How was that?
Can we just turn the screen in?
Oh, sorry.
I can't see
Yeah.
it. Thank you. Are we okay with that behind us?
Yeah, that's better
Yeah.
actually for me.
Yeah.
And if we bring the magnifying on the eyes of the red player,
I think that's a bit high, that cross still.
Well, hang on. That's
We've
so
got that.
okay for now, isn't it? We can move it in a.
It's not where our average is, I don't think. We've come down a touch, and then I think that's the average of us. Position.
I wouldn't worry too much. I think
No.
going way too high, but I'm open to persuasion. If we magnify the red player's eyes, are we happy that the ball is above him and slightly to the left?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
If I come in, actually, if you do.
Yeah, I'm magnifying his eyes.
Right, if you take it away. Take it away. Are we happy with that angle?
For magnifying eyes, it looks like it's more
I
above
think
him,
it's
less of an angle.
I think it's outside his shoulder. I think it's.
I think it's.
Yeah.
It's
And it should be more to the left.
His eyes are pretty central.
Yeah.
Have a look at the other chap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one who's pushing.
I didn't find that,
Magnify.
but he.
His eyes.
I think he gives us the height, you see.
Yeah.
Which is why I went lower, really. I thought it was.
I think it's slightly steeper than that, Peter.
Okay, so you've probably got a better view because I'm not quite
Yeah.
close to the actual
Yeah.
screen here.
Can you get
Yeah,
on
like
to just
that,
lift
yeah.
that a bit back?
So you
I mean, I
could come down to that.
I mean, the reason I went lower was because of looking at the eyes.
Mm.
And if you track the eyes of the two players,
But you're saying
you don't get that high.
You're saying that the person jumping then is irrelevant to this, aren't you? Because
No,
you think he's,
I accept what you're saying is it looks like he's.
He's about to head.
He
I
is
don't
about-
think the two are tangled up
Yeah.
together. The red captain, so to speak,
Yeah,
of the player.
yeah, I
don't
understand
think-
that. But my point is that if we just take the position of the two players' eyes,
Yeah.
Yeah, but you've got
It
to
gives us a
in
difference.
the
I understand
other
that.
players,
I'm
his
saying
neck and everything else, and the way he's stretching,
yeah.
and the
So
shape
if
of
we
his
get
head
an
and
angle
everything.
from the right-hand side player's eyes,
He's looking up.
I can't see it being that high.
Don't forget,
Personally.
But
I understand.
3D.
If you're looking
Yeah.
so
at
much,
And
it's in that general direction.
Yeah.
that
Okay.
player,
Yeah.
in my opinion, is either just
And this
maybe
player's
even
eyes,
just
Pete,
headed
if
the
you
ball.
could-
Tell me if I'm too steep or left or right.
slightly too steep, I think.
Okay, that one then.
Now, so bring it. That's even steeper.
Oh, sorry, my apologies.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think
it's slightly lower.
I think from those angles you took in there, if we're going to move it, then we go slightly lower, very slightly lower,
Right,
and
yeah.
slightly over to the right.
Yeah, and it's not
Yeah.
the cluster that we have over there.
Well, that's pretty much where Peter's got his cross, isn't it? Which is a little bit lower and to the right.
Yeah, that's just low. I think it didn't move to the right.
I think you're right that he's actually headed the ball. I think he's actually
Yeah,
headed the ball.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
That was a good
It's hard to.
observation, that was.
You can't see any. If you put the magnifier on his
Forehead.
on his forehead,
Yes,
see there's any
sweat,
sweat
perspiration.
spatter on,
Yeah, nothing.
This guy.
on this
Yeah.
floor.
Just gone to his forehead.
Is there any there?
No, there's nothing there.
There's no
There's
shower.
no wrinkling.
No.
He's done it already.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm willing to accept the four of you saying he's just headed the ball, or just headed the
About
ball.
to, yeah. To
The height, are you happy with the height?
Oh, yeah,
You're all in the same plane,
Yeah.
and the compromise really between Trevor on the far right and Gareth and Ari on the left is pretty much where Peter
It's a good
takes
compromise
cross, which
position.
is a good
Yeah,
compromise
I think
position.
that's-
This fella's further in the background. I think these two people are further into the picture. So
No,
to speak.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Okay.
He hasn't got a controlled header, so he's getting anything he can with the ball. And
Yeah.
I think that the eyes of the other two players with
Okay.
his pits on the cross.
So you're all happy with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am.
Just
Okay.
judges collectively happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Excuse me, Peter. Sorry. Thank you. Okay, just to confirm that the coordinates selected there are 939,532. These coordinates will now be passed to the independent auditors Wilkins Kennedy to calculate the winner of the competition, and they will then inform BOTB. That concludes the judging process. Thank you very much, judges.